idea about the way reality works without historians. They would have no means of connecting the dots.
All a historian does is document the fucking class of science that you're talking about. You're talking about agriculture, you're talking about agronomics, you're talking about fucking people that actually develop things scientifically and putting it down in a historical point of view. That's all you're doing, dude. You're not progressing science whatsoever. You're saying, okay, well, George Washington Carver did this with the soybean. He did this with the cottonseed. He did this with this and this and this. All it is a book report, and that was my whole point from the beginning of it. It doesn't progress science. It doesn't progress us as a society.
You've got a fucked up idea of what doing history really is, because it has nothing to do with description. And if you look at your grade on any of those papers...
Hey. Oh, apropos, let me tell you this. All right, apropos, let me tell you this. You can read every single book that you want. You can read every single book that you want on the history. Apropos, you can read every single book that you want on the history of medicine and how are you going to heal me. Not one fucking bit, because you know nothing about the chemistry or the biology or the physiology of it. And that's exactly my point. You're not going to know anything about fucking neurons, about synapses. You're not going to know anything about fucking organisms. You're not going to know anything about evolution. You're not going to know shit. All that fucking evolution does is document fucking science, okay? That's my whole fucking point of view. Unless you want to document wars and blah, blah, blah.
How would a geneticist, the people who discovered DNA, for example, known of anything about genetics, had they not read about that fuck who studied peas for so many generations and learned about their phenotypical changes in the way the peas developed as organisms, you know? Because they read history, they read people who documented things about science in the past. That's the thing about science, is it's all about recording, which you say historians only do, is record. Well, that's all science does, is record and build off its own insights.
Yeah, but you're...
No. Science uses the scientific method. Science does not record. Well, science does record, but what it does, though, is it observes, it does it over and over and over again. It comes up with different conclusions and then comes up with a new answer to things. You obviously do have no concept of the fucking scientific method. The scientific method is about observation, it's about repetition, and it's about how things fucking turn out. That's the whole fucking point what I'm getting at, and what historians do is observe that and they fucking document it. By me reading about fucking Mendel or me reading about Crick and the fucking the DNA fucking chain and all that other bullshit is not going to make me into a fucking physicist or a chemist or a physiologist or any of this other shit. I mean, you're talking fucking apples and oranges, dude. I told you, I have a fucking degree from an Ivy League university in fucking history. I have a degree in book reports. You telling me about how Washington rode a white horse into the fucking White House in 1776 is not going to help me fucking propel the next rocket into fucking Jupiter, okay? I just don't know if you don't get that, or if you want to admit to it, or whatever.
I don't know what kind of degree you were taking at this Ivy League school, but it sounds like a pretty bullshit deal to me, because it looks like all you're doing is repeating the bullshit you read in books, like a descriptive little fucking gnome. Some mimicking bullshit.
So what is history? What is history? It's me repeating what I read in books. That was my whole point. It's a fucking book report.
Yeah, you're the one that just told us about how we need these brilliant historians to do all this brilliant interpreting, and now we're not supposed to pay any attention to them because they're full of shit. So that makes a lot of fucking goddamn sense. Oh yeah, we need these professors, but we need authorities to tell us what to understand and how to understand. And now we don't need them because now we're just repeating what they said. I mean, it's a pile of shit. It's old, archaic, dead faculty.
Yeah, except you owe every fucking...
We have written language.
You owe that Coke can to historians.
Hey, look, if you're going to keep talking, then fuck off!
You owe that Coke can to what you...
Fuck off. Look, you want to leave? You want to leave the room. Do you want to leave the room?
Dude, do you really think I care if you kick me again, dude?
Okay, dude. Good night.
Sure.
Okay, good night.
Okay.
Well, obviously history does repeat itself.
This is such a waste of time to argue this shit. I mean, no, who's the great historian of our time? What's his name? Oh, I don't know. Who? What is his name? I don't know. Where is he? Oh, okay, let's get a historian to give us a synopsis of what's happened in this Stickam room tonight. Yeah, because, like, we need a professional opinion to tell us exactly what happened here and give us interpretation. Well, what's he going to say? Well, there was a little hot chick that she came in there, and she was looking, like, sideways, down at people, and then this guy with a crooked hat, the other girl said, oh, you have a crooked hat? That happened. Yeah, but come on. What are historians? You're making half this shit up. They make this shit up. So, Karina, what the hell is that look you have? Is your hair piled on your head or something? She looks completely different. She must be pregnant or something.
It's the I just rolled out of bed look.
Man, it's actually pretty good. It makes you like Belgium or something. You're like even more foreign now.
Okay, now let's talk about
Yeah, well, that was helpful.
I really can't understand that kid was actually arguing that the fucking person that's actually studying chemistry and studying how to fucking progress chemistry is the same as learning about the person that learned the chemistry. Oh yeah, well he was born in fucking, you know, you can pick whatever fucking place and name and date and whatever, and that's just as important as the person that's actually testing new chemistry and trying to fucking progress fucking our medicine and other shit. It's completely fucking out of my mind.
There's some reason why he's got that up his ass. It's like the amazing atheist and the art thing and these, you know, these people, and they come up with this fucktarded crap, and you're like, what are you talking about? What, we need cartoons? Civilization can't get on. It just can't progress unless we have really, really good cartoons. We can't live without the cartoons.
Adult Swim.
Yeah, there's just so many of these junky degrees.
Now let's talk about Native American land and how white people benefit from it.
Good night. Good night to you,
Gary, as you know, I'm a Native American.
Fuckwit. Goodbye. God, he's so stupid. God, so fucking stupid. Fucking Mexican. I'm a Native American. Yeah, fuck you.
We're taking Los Angeles and fucking whatever back. If you haven't read your history, it's ours.
Yeah, well, fortunately, it's going to sink in the Pacific, right? So we will lose it just in time. It'll sink like the Titanic. Food. Can't deal with any of it. I don't even like people saying that they say salsa, and I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? You just say chopped tomatoes or something. Salsa. What kind of fucking word is that? I'm such a monoculturalist. Fuck it. Just the basics. Peanut butter and jelly.
I mean, like seriously, Gary, if you want to look at like prehistoric history, if you don't have somebody that's a paleontologist, somebody that's a geographer, somebody that's, you know, into all these other different concentrations, what's a paleontologist, you know, a history paleontologist? Nothing. He's got nothing to go on. He's basically just fucking reverbing what he learns from the scientists that are actually studying the shit.
Well, I mean, I think the real point I was trying to make is that once we had the printing press, okay, we just don't need the history shit anymore, because now we have the recorded history. The history doesn't change, it just what's all it's going to change is interpretations or impressions or some other crap, but the evidence is there. And so unlike other fields, like I say, we go from, computer languages change dramatically over a period of a decade. We learn new surgical techniques. We learn new physics. We learn, all that stuff grows and changes. So, I mean, it's just, there's just no point in having professional historians. I mean, what use are they?
Basically scribes. I mean, they're modern-day scribes. They're actually documenting the shit that goes on.
But Time Magazine's doing that, so that's a journalist.
I told you they'd be talking about Mike.
That's what I just mean, that once you have cameras...
What do you guys think about Illuminati, huh?
Whatever.
Yeah.
Goddamn people suck.
What are these people doing with the hair and the hats and the mask? What's going on here? What am I missing?
I don't get it.
Like Herm Girl and John Mora and that David guy.
They used to call me Cousin It when I was in high school, because I wore hats just like this, and I had hair all in my face like this.
Yeah, so you were even a winner back then too, huh? That's a pretty good story. Don't PM me or I'm gonna boot you. How about that?
I was going through my video replies. I mean, I wasn't logged in, so I couldn't rate anything, but it seems like everybody and their dog, including Great X, has a different definition about what objective means and what objective morality means. It's weird. They have like subjective definitions for what objective is.
Yeah, well, apparently this is where a lot of the problem is, but I mean, I think it goes further than that, but yeah, I just don't get it anyway. I mean, the definitions, they're just, I mean, conceptually, I mean, I get the idea that you can do the object-subject thing, but I mean, the bottom line is objective is going to be detached and subjective isn't, and detachment is from emotion or bias or prejudice or narrow point of view. So, I mean, objective has got to be the cleaner place to view something from, and subjective is the dirty place. I mean, these are, I'm just saying, these are like adjectives to describe it. I mean, why would you ever want to be subjective in your point of view? I mean, that's kind of a stupid thing to want to be. Relativist terms. I mean, there's a lot of terms. I mean, I am really disappointed in with some of the crap that comes out of people's mouths. So it's just, Pyro's saying that, he's blaming the DNA for having kids now, and it's like he didn't have the kids. He just let the Earth have its babies through him. Some kind of crap like that. I mean,